I believe Michał is already with us. Michał Dybowski, are you there?
Yes, I am.
Hello, very good afternoon.
Well, afternoon really, yes, that's correct.
Well, almost very good evening. Whereabouts are you? Are you now in Manchester?
Yes, I am at the headquarters of the Polish Council for Britain, so yes, I am there.
Okay, great. Michał, you are responsible for the promotion of the new film, Division 303, in the UK. And we would like to ask you a few questions. First of all, how are you planning to make the audience aware of this film? And what will you do so that they do not confuse it with the film Hurricane that is already in the cinemas across the UK?
Sure. Well, maybe just doing a very quick clarification of that. I'm not solely responsible for being the representative for promotion of this movie. However, Polish Council for Britain took now the actions to become one of the promoters of the movie. Now, the formal title of the film, how it's going to be screened in the United Kingdom, is 303 Squadron, and that's it. So, based on that, this is how it's going to diversify and spread slightly different than the Hurricane was. Now, obviously, it was a movie that loads of Poles been expecting for a little bit while now, because it's been about since 31st of August since it was released in Poland. So, yeah, this is something that people have been waiting for and asking about when it's going to actually start. So I don't see the problem with trying to get the audience to see the difference. The main.
But what about British audience?
Yes, so going back to the British audience, well, obviously some occasions like being able to talk to you right now on the air, it's one of the ways how we can actually let our hosts here to know about the movie. So this is the one of the ways. Now, formally, the producers and distributor will release a formal statement for the press very shortly. I've got most of the information in hand, so I can talk you through them. Obviously, except the details that will be then found in the actual statement for the press.
Okay, or if we have time, we can do it. If not, if it's too long, then maybe we can post it on our Facebook page, and in that way we'll get to the audience.
So, Michał, hi. This is Błażej, also in the studio. So we were wondering, Kasia mentioned that this movie actually is not coming here to Cambridge, and so we were wondering why and when this will change.
Right. Okay. So at the moment, we've got a certain amount of cinemas that have been signed up for it. Obviously, the distribution team is trying to work hard to get it all tied up. The reason why this date has been chosen, because the date of the 9th November, when it's going to start across the UK and Ireland, is obviously because it's the weekend that ends on the 11th of November, that coincides with the Poland's Independence Day and also with the British Remembrance Sunday. So at the same time, it's very busy season. So it's not that simple to get that sorted out straight away.
So there is hope for Cambridge.
Of course there is.
I think so. I mean, the Polish movies are actually quite often coming to Cambridge. There are several cinemas.
Yes,
So I do have
yeah.
this faith that actually is going to happen at some point.
But when I had a look at the list of the cinemas where it is already, the official list, Cambridge was not there, and I was a bit sad, to be honest. And the same happened with the film Hurricane. It didn't come to Cambridge, so people like me who just couldn't really go anywhere else to watch it, then I just lost the opportunity. Yeah. And just to say, the Polish community in Cambridge is a big community.
Fully understand where you're coming from with that. However, said that's the entire team that is dealing with it. So whenever they can sign up for the audience chosen by the head office, this is how it's done. As I said, we are not solely responsible for planning where it's going to be screened. We are much more on the side of promoting it along just people. As you mentioned, we're trying to get the information out to the British audience, obviously from the studies relate to the interest shown previously on your screening.
Yes. So why is this film important for the audience in the UK and not only Polish audience?
Absolutely. So getting to the square bit about it, it's based on the actual book that was released later in 1942 by Peter Davis, that pretty much a total hit that was sold over 1.5 million copies across the world, translated into plenty of languages. And the reason why it is very unique to the other movies, to say, it's because it literally tells the story from the inside. So it's a non-fiction based on the actual facts. That's the main reason. What the people will find in there is not only the great FX and the computer graphics helping to get into that world, how it looked for the emotions and for the thrills of the dogfight, but also there is some drama, a little bit of that romance for the ladies, so it's not just a war movie.
Hey, come on, there are loads of men that love romance. I can assure you. I can assure you.
I'm not saying they don't, but it's just, saying on the note that it's obviously a variety of spread of audience over there. Now, the reason why it is quite important, though, there are some of the British actors that took part in it. So we've got Cara Thibault from Downton Abbey. We got Andrew Woodall from Solo, the Star Wars story, John K. Steele, and so on. So there's quite a lot of very good British actors, and on top, obviously, are Polish celebrities like Maciej Zakościelny, Piotr Adamczyk. So there is quite a high standard of acting. It's not just solely one actor, but a team of great performers for that.
Actually, this is one of the things I do hope so, because I must say I haven't seen it. Yeah, that's true. I did watch the Hurricane. And one thing that kind of struck me, it was the amount of the CGI, because when you are flying airplanes, they need to kind of use the CGI. And actually, last year, the British movie Dunkirk, they were actually just using cameras on Spitfires. So when you compare both of them, it's really kind of, even it's impossible really to compare them. So I do kind of look forward more to the really story and acting and how it was for real than actually just having a lot of the CGI kind of footage. But like I said, I haven't watched it. I'd look forward, that's for sure. And
Yeah. So the thing is, because obviously I'm not here to judge the other production. I'm here to talk about this one. Now, obviously, you mentioned Dunkirk. That's a production that had, I think, 1 or 2 more zeros in the budget.
Yes, I understand. Yes.
Funny you mentioned it. Actually, for the British audience, also to let them know that the Dunkirk was consulted by Prince Michael of Kent, and exactly the same person, the same prince, also been consulting the production team for the 303 Squadron. So that's just to let you know how detailed it will be in regards from the British perspective. So this is the confidence that it puts in making that movie. It will actually be top-notch, I believe.
Excellent. So the movie was already released in Poland, was it?
31st of August, wasn't it?
So can you tell us how popular it was in Poland?
In Poland, it hit about 1.5 million sold tickets, so it's absolutely blockbuster. Was released, I believe, last week in the US, where it's also got a massive audience. So the international premiere already happened. Britain is coming now, just purely because it's aligning to the schedule as it was planned by the Film Media, who is the maker and the distributor of that picture.
Okay. Michał, you've just mentioned that the other film got the support from the very VIPs. Who in the UK, apart from Polish Council for Britain and yourself, is going to support this film?
Okay, now that's the only tricky bit. I'm not allowed to speak about that yet.
Oh, okay, great.
Unfortunately, we're still waiting for the few last bits, and that we need to pick on that. The only person I can talk about is someone who's been working with us closely, and he's a Polish athlete, mountain climber. He's based in Leeds, and I believe he's going to be your speaker as well today.
Yes, well, that was my next question. You meaning Krzysztof Łukaszewski. Yes, we'll be talking to Krzysztof in probably around like 10, 15 minutes. And that was, as I said, that was my next question. I know that there is some sort of collaboration going on between you and Krzysztof. Are you allowed to talk about that?
Yeah, but staying on the note about the movie, Krzysztof decided to support the promotion of it. So he will be doing that for Polish Council for Britain in Leeds. So he will be engaged in all the promotion regards that movie over there. Now, going back to our cooperation as a Polish Council for Britain and Krzysztof, I just spoiled really. He's a mountain climber. Well, he's literally the guy who goes into alpine mountains and the Himalayas and so on and so on. And we always encourage athletes who are willing to do unusual stuff. So we work with people like Mateusz Kieliszkowski, with Krzysztof, for example, and other sportsmen. Now, with Krzysztof, we now tied up to create a brand for him, so he could become a person and a brand in itself, a Polish brand in Britain, being able to gather some funds and support from the businesses, from organizations around the UK, trying to support his trips. Now, obviously, not probably many people know how much a trip into Himalaya could cost, but it could end up being something between $30,000 to $150,000 to do it.
Yes,
now,
I've heard it's very expensive.
Yeah, so if you're looking on a budget, you probably won't be able to get that from your,
from your pocket, yeah.
So he doesn't want to ruin his family by taking loans for it as well. So we need to help him to get to being able to do it. I mean, there is a lot of going on with that. I believe Krzysztof will be able to tell you a little bit more about it. So I don't want to spoil anything. Just on that note, yes, we started to work together. We're going to be support Krzysztof. We're going to be trying to help him to build his brand. The brand is called Life of a Cloud, and probably he will tell you a little bit more about it himself.
Well, yes, I'm hoping for that. Well, Michał, good luck with the promotion of the film and with all the activities that Polish Council for Britain is doing for Polish communities across the UK. Thank you very much for your time.
Thank you very much. I'm looking forward for your support on promoting the movie as well. So
we will do our best.
And good luck.
Thank you very much for having me.
And good luck with bringing the film actually to Cambridge as well, because I'm pretty sure it's going to happen. So once you know something, just let us know, and we will spread the word.
Absolutely.
Definitely.
That's great. Thank you very much.
Thank you. And yes, that was Michał Dybowski talking to us here live on Cambridge 105 Radio during Polish Waves show. Well, the film will be out on the 9th of November. This is quite an important weekend for Poles, wherever they are, that weekend, that particular weekend.